start. This today, I think, is going to be the most physical matchup you're going to see on the schedule today in the NFL. It is going to be nothing but offensive linemen, running backs, and lead backs. Let's go to John Dockery right now in Indianapolis.
The RCA Dome, it's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Indianapolis Colts. And today the Bengals are going to have to do it without their starting quarterback, Neil O'Donnell, who broke his hand last week against Buffalo. So today the forgotten man, Jeff Blake, just 3 years ago a Pro Bowl quarterback, gets his first start in 13 months. Last night, Blake told me he has something to prove.
Show not only my team, but the rest of the league that I can be a field general. I can go out and lead an offensive unit and do it well.
And doing it well means getting the ball to his wide receivers, Carl Pickens and Darnay Scott, against Colt cornerbacks Tyrone Poole and Jeff Burris. Burris out 2 weeks with an injured knee. He's back today. Now let's go to Jim Nance in New York.
All right, Doc, so Consulate will go with his third different starting quarterback in 3 weeks. Those two teams there, the Colts and Bengals, out of the playoff picture. But let's sort through it right now. Here's how we see it. We give the Jets the edge in the East because they beat the Dolphins earlier this year. Of course, tonight's game is so critical. Could change that. Jacksonville in the Central, Denver out West. And the wild card picture from the AFC. We take them all out of the East. Miami, Buffalo, New England. What about that,
I don't know, Jim. I didn't see it that way. I like Buffalo. I still like Flutie and Molds. That combination belongs in the Pro Bowl. I still think they're going to win the AFC.
You like Buffalo because of the home field weather advantage, and now La Nina is getting up in your face because it's only 46 degrees in Buffalo.
I'm not a weatherman. I just pick good teams, that's all.
I like the Jets to win the East. I like the Jets.
That helps me there.
Hey, don't forget about the Jets at the Bills next Saturday. All right, let's look through the NFC picture right now. Dallas just one win away from clinching a playoff berth. Have them in the
They get a lead to missed tackle by Tim McDonald, and then hard running by Dorsey Levin.
Verba got a good block, as you pointed out on previous play.
I think Verba's been getting a lot of good blocks all day.
Favre is headed for the sideline. There's Ross Verba. He was their #1 draft choice. Didn't come to training camp, held out, but since he's been installed at left tackle, they've been a better team.
Yeah, and after he did come to training camp, he got in a fight in training camp every day.
Yeah. And that same thing occurred in college, so I hear.
You can only survive on what you find in the forest. We'll meet in 5 days here. And good luck.
Honda CR-V has its own picnic table, a waterproof storage compartment, and 2 power outlets. For those times when you have to rough it.
I love nature.
Some of us know it will be all right, even when bad things happen, because we have someone to help see us through it.
Darn thing came out of nowhere. I just missed it.
I know. What do we do? I mean, should we just leave?
They'll be fine. Now, keep your eyes peeled. Where there's one, there's usually more.
Being in good hands is the only place to be.
Come on now, open up your front foot a little bit. Come on, man, you go, hands up. Get within yourself.
I got an idea.
Wisdom doesn't come easily, nor is it easy to pass on.
Now Philips has a way to create your own CD that holds everything you know about the things that interest you and share your words, pictures, and music with anyone you want.
Let's go!
Got anything for the pictures?
The Philips CD rewritable disk drive. Create CD-ROMs on your own PC.
This Fox NFC Championship is brought to you by Honda. Vehicles designed to help simplify your life. By Miller Lite, now official beer sponsor of the NFL. By Microsoft, where you want to go today. And by Snickers. Not going anywhere for a while? Grab a Snickers. Hungry? Why wait?
A soggy day in San Francisco.
You know, when I was a kid, Pat, I always wanted to be that guy that drove that thing, that cable car. And you see what he was getting ready to do there is you turn it around on that turning thing. I always wanted to be that guy that did that.
Never happened, huh?
No.
Favre. Incomplete. Intended for Shimura.
Did you hear that flop in the end zone? It sounded like a fish flopping on the ground. Watch Shimura. He's gonna come in here, and they both go down. He and Rod Woodson. The ball's outside, but that was a heck of a mud flop.
A good slide.
Watch Antonio Freeman up here upside. It looks like he's getting a cramp in there. You see how at the end of the play that left leg of his just cramped up again.
25 yards out. And the field goal is good by Longwell. 16-3 now. The Packers lead with 5:04 left.
How do you catch an evil?
What goes around really goes around.
That passes from person to person.
Beware my wrath.
High touch.
Put the gun down! I'm a detective. My work is based upon evidence.
They can only survive in the bodies of others.
Haven't you done enough?
Denzel Washington, John Goodman, Donald Sutherland.
Leave my family alone.
Fallen.
But I'm still having fun.
Rated R. Starts Friday, January 16th.
I believe in the power of the beer vendor. That one man with one beer born in the Rockies can refresh thousands. I believe in the perfect pour. Frost Brewing. Cold beer, warm heart. I believe that the three most important words on earth are hay, beer, man. That if a vendor can't get you your Coors Light at its ultimate refreshment level, it's a darn shame. And I believe in comfortable shoes.
Honey, you went out for milk 3 days ago. Come home now.
It's just more fun to drive. The all-new Accord from Honda.
It's the greatest disaster since the Titanic.
I wonder how that happened.
Come on, Sharky! Just call yourself the king of the jungle! On a brand new Simpsons tonight.
Back at the NFC Championship game, Green Bay 16, San Francisco 3. 5:04 left to play.
You know, the 49ers in this second half have only had 8 net yards passing.
That's hard to win many.
No, and this Green Bay Packer defense and Fritz Shermer has come up with a heck of a scheme. When you can hold the 49ers to that and only 3 points, you've done a job on defense.
Levy downs it in the end zone. 16-3 Green Bay.
Well, if I had money to tell you what I'd do, I'd go downtown, buy a Ford truck or two. I'm crazy about a Ford truck. Lord, I'm crazy about a Ford truck. I'm gonna buy me a Ford truck and cruise it up and down the road. I'm gonna buy me a Ford truck and cruise it up and down the road.
For the last 50 years, there's only been one truck built Ford tough.
Phone Patrol from 1-800-COLLECT.
Attention, citizens! I've got big news. 1-800-COLLECT is now 10 cents a minute every evening.
Whoa, 10 cents a minute. That's cheap.
Yep, 1-800-COLLECT. You'll save so much you can buy a new hairstyle, Sonny.
I never thought collect calling could be so inexpensive.
Isn't saving money fun?
1-800-COLLECT. 10 cents a minute every evening, all week long.
So, where do you find America's favorite fries? Did somebody say McDonald's?
Is your dandruff sending the wrong signals? Get Selsun Power. Doctors recommend Selsun Blue #1. So don't send the wrong signals. Get Selsun Power.
Time flies, you know. Every week a game, boom, playoffs. The closer it gets, the more intense it gets. That's what it's all about, you know? So who do you think gonna get it this year, that wonderful trophy?
Green Bay 16, San Francisco 3. with less than 5 minutes to play. Green Bay has not allowed a touchdown pass in the last 30-plus quarters. Indianapolis beat them. And that's the last team to score a touchdown by passing against them.
And that's what you do when you win a Super Bowl. You can just have a tattoo right on your arm that says World Champions.
Young to throw it. Gets it across the field. And the ball came loose. There's the great Jerry Rice, who missed most of the year, tried to come back. Fractured his kneecap. Says he'll be back. Said he could play in the Super Bowl, as a matter of fact, if they win.
Yeah, and he's been such an inspiration to this football team and to this entire community. I mean, everyone loves Jerry Rice. I mean, Jerry Rice plays the game the way it should be played, always has, and one of the best that's ever played his position.
Young is hit, and the Packers pick it up, and the 49ers pick it up. And let's see who got it. I think San Francisco got it back. Young was hit from behind by Reggie White.
By Reggie White. I was going to say, did you see the guy that caused the trouble? It was Reggie White. Remember at the end of the Super Bowl last year, it was Reggie White, and he does things like this. He's going against Kirk Strafford, and you think that Reggie White can't be Reggie White, but Reggie White can still raise some havoc on you.
Rocks. Some people skip them, stack them, or just plain ignore them. But then there's these Texaco people. They love the darn things. Obsess over them. Go to the ends of the earth to find them. They study them. They scan them. Even taste them. Why? You find the right rocks. You find the energy the world needs to keep on running. Texaco. A world of energy.
Housekeeping. Excuse me. Checking out?
Uh-huh.
We'll change the room.
Holiday Inn hotels are undergoing a billion-dollar renovation to make every Holiday Inn as good as the best Holiday Inn.
Oh, you're back. Your toothbrush.
That means we're changing a lot more than the sheets. Holiday Inn will put you in a better place.
There are over 3 million people who count on Ford Taurus because Taurus has proven itself over 100 billion real-world miles and offers a Duratec engine built to go 100,000 miles before a tune-up. People have confidence in Taurus because it's engineered for safety and quality. Hey, the reasons go on and on, just like the car. Ford Taurus.
A supermodel was his first victim.
Find her killer before he kills again.
An undercover cop could be his next. An all-new New York Undercover, Thursday at 9, 8 Central.
16-3. Green Bay leading. The presentation of the George Halas Trophy will take place after the conclusion of the game. And it will be outside on the field. Right now, it would appear that it's going to be the Packers with a chance to defend their world championship. Here's Young back to throw it. Gets it outside to Terry Kirby, and there's nothing there. That's one of those you wonder why passes.
Yeah, you wonder why, and part of it is defense. And, we talked about the job that Fritz Shermer has done. He's given a different look every down. He's rolled guys in and out, and he's just clamped on all those receivers. And the only thing that Steve Young has is those little short ones. And that's, and he's been able to, and as the game has gone on, and maybe it's weather, but I think a big part of his defense, too, his passes have become shorter and shorter. 4th and 11. Young retreats. White around the corner, force him to step up, and down he goes. Keith McKenzie took him down. Reggie White made him take that step forward. Yep, and Seth Joyner was in there, too, in the ground. And this is one of these guys, Seth Joyner, that's been in football forever and has said that, that he came to the Green Bay Packers to get into the Super Bowl, and Seth Joyner's going to be going to a Super Bowl this year. 49ers have 2 timeouts left. There's Seth Joyner. He's wanted to be here for so many years and so bad, and remember the years he played with the Philadelphia Eagles and then Arizona, and Reggie White was instrumental in bringing him here to Green Bay or to Green Bay, and He said it's all about getting to a Super Bowl, winning a Super Bowl, and getting a ring.
Favre has Levens behind him, and he gives the ball to Dorsey Levens, who hammers down inside the 5. He should be getting close to 100.
You know, and this is what postseason football is all about. You look at Green Bay's defense. They've allowed 492 yards. Only rushing yards are allowed 122. Only one touchdown.
One touchdown.
And they've had 3 interceptions. You know, and that's what defense really wins championships. I mean, you know, and especially when you get weather like we've had here today, like you get in Green Bay. And I think you can't give enough credit to this, to Leroy Butler right there, the job that he's done. To all those defensive players and to their coach Fritz Shermer, the way he's mixed things up and called things.
Dorsey Levens bangs into the end zone. The Packers are going to advance to play Denver.
And they can start their celebration now.
Levens is the first back to gain 100 yards against the 49ers this year. 24 carries, 107 yards.
And that's the 8th time he's gained 100 yards against teams this year. Look at, everyone knows what this means to Seth Joyner. Everyone knows what this means to all the guys. But look at Reggie White. That is something. Reggie White hugging Seth Joyner. All they've been through for all those years.
Longwell's extra point is good. And Green Bay takes a 23-3 lead.
They can say it's about money and players play for money, but I say it's about championships and rings.
Every day I give 100%. Because I have to. And because I want to.
Football tradition, and next Sunday it is back. The blockbuster 15th annual All Madden team next Sunday at 3 Eastern, 2 Central, 4 Pacific. Check your local listings for the start time in your area. And
we'll have some of these guys on it, I'll guarantee, and some of these guys on it too. I mean, Brent Jones, a real warrior, probably playing the last professional game of his life. Didn't want it to end this way with an injury and a loss in a championship game. But what a year for the Green Bay Packers. You know, when you are the defending champions from preseason all the way through the regular season to postseason, everyone plays you tougher than they play anyone else. Everyone plays you like it's their Super Bowl. And to get through that, the way they have is amazing.
Longwell's kick is going to be handled by Levy at the 5. 3 minutes to go, and here comes Levy. Chuck Levy. He's going to take it all the way. Did he step out of bounds? I don't think so.
I don't think so either, Pat. Chuck Levy's the fastest guy in the 49er team, and once he got to about midfield, you could see that no one was going to catch him.
95 yards. The first kick return for a touchdown in championship game history. AFL, NFL, AFC, NFC.
And maybe the Green Bay Packers started to celebrate too soon, because I don't think that they laid a hand on Chuck Levy.
I don't think so.
No one, I mean, obviously they didn't tackle him because he ran for a touchdown, but I don't know that anyone touched him all the way.
Longwell cut the official down pretty effectively.
Well, kickers have been known to cut officials down and miss ball carriers.
Yes, they have.
As they do it.
Yes, they have. Here it comes.
Ryan Longwell right there. I mean, he missed Levy by 5 yards. The only thing he could hit was an official. But now we have some excitement here at the end, because the 49ers still need a couple of scores, but at least we're going to get a onside kick in the slot.
Sure. And who knows what's going to happen to the ball in this kind of field, in this kind of condition.
Well, you see, that last touchdown was big. You know, the 49ers, they went for it on 4th down. Had they not, and Green Bay not gotten that score, and then the Packers, you know, then they probably wouldn't have kicked off to them. But, you know, if they could have got a score, they were within 2 scores. But then when the Packers scored, then it was 3 scores. So now that makes it 2 scores still. if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But there's 2 minutes, 52 seconds to go, and the 49ers have to get 2 scores, so obviously we're going to get an onside kick here.
Special teams coach.
Yeah, George Stewart, the special teams coach, is there. He'll get as excited as some of his players sometimes. He's been known to run out there and do a headbutt.
Yeah.
But I don't know how. I mean, you've done this before. You know, kicked an onside kick on a real wet and muddy field. Is that good for the onside kick? Or?
Yeah.
You can do things with the ball,
and it makes the ball more difficult to handle. I don't know how it does it with a bare foot, but I never tried that.
I mean, not only is it bare, but it's a muddy. I mean, you're kicking with kicking a dry ball with a muddy foot. That ought to put some action on it.
The action is there. The Packers down at Jeff Thomason, a member of the Hands team, gets Mike Holmgren.
He can't even get too excited. I mean, that was a weak applause for a guy that is winning his 2nd championship in 2 years and going to his 2nd Super Bowl in 2 years. That ball went right to Thomason. But Mike Holmgren is a guy that, that deserves it. I mean, everyone works hard and everyone, puts in everything. But Mike Holmgren, everyone likes him. I mean, the players like him, the fans like him.
You know what amazes me? He has such a great sense of humor.
Yeah, well, some guy all the way from Wisconsin brought out a bunch of Harley-Davidson motorcycles just so he could ride them yesterday, and it rained, so he didn't even ride them. But who would bring out motorcycles all the way from Wisconsin so you could have a Saturday ride for an hour or two?
A Packer fan, a true cheesehead. Right now, for highlights from today's AFC Championship, let's go down to James Brown for a McDonald's game break.
Pat, John Elway will be taking a serious weapon with him to the Super Bowl in a person of Terrell Davis. 139 yards rushing today. The first man to run for over 100 yards against the top-ranked rushing defense. The Broncos are headed to the Super Bowl. Back to Pat and John.
The Broncos won earlier today. It looks like the Packers have this one in hand later today.
This was the last time they played. It was in 1996 at Green Bay.
41-6.
41-6. Of course, this is a different year, a different team, and congratulations to the Denver Broncos and, John Elway. There's a lot of people rooting for John Elway to get there and win one, and good to see the Broncos there.
That's Dorsey Levin. And he gets inside the 35, about the 33. You heard timeout being called. Today's game is being produced by Bob Stinner, directed by Sandy Grossman. Replay producers Peter J. Macheska, Associate Director Mike Roig, the broadcast associates are Fran Morrison and Charles McDonald. Technical producers Bob Muller. Technical director is Joe Benda. Audio supervisor Bob Siderman. The studio was produced by Scott Ackerson, directed by Bob Levy. The senior producer is Bill Brown. The executive producers of Fox Sports are Ed Gorin and David Hill, both of whom are in attendance.
And they've all done a great job. I mean, our producer Bob Stenner and director Sandy Grossman, they're special people, and
they make it great to go to work.
Yeah, they do. And I mean, it's fun, and it's fun when you work with them, and they're always on top of everything.
Levin's on 3rd down. Does not get the first. And the clock continues to run. They'll get it stopped at the 2-minute warning. San Francisco is out of timeouts, however. There's Brent Jones. What a warrior he's been over the years. The guy who takes some severe licks, talking to Jerry Rice. They were teammates for a long, long time. Still are, I guess, because it's not official about Brent retiring yet. The NF's Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Dana Stubblefield.
And you can just see the finality there, that they know it's over. They can't do anything about it until next August.
2 minutes left.
Miller Lite presents.
And on that day, when this life is done, when my heart is still and my troubles none, I'll remember days of joy and tears, days of passion, days of cheers. And for those who find this life absurd, I offer them this final word.
Why is almost everybody crying? What the heck is so darn sad? Why is almost everybody crying? What the heck is going on? The Miller Lite cheerleader search is over. That's what's going on. Everybody didn't make it except these four lucky ones. It's Laura from Ohio. It's Irene from Abilene. It's Trixie from Rhode Island. And Elaine from New Orleans.
Laura, Irene, Trixie, and Elaine are the 4 Miller Lite cheerleaders. Watch out for them during 1998. Thanks, America.
What's behind a series of bizarre deaths?
Someone's watching us.
Don't miss an all-new episode of The X-Files. Tonight at 9, 8 Central on Fox.
2 minutes left. Green Bay 23, San Francisco 10. Packers in punt formation. The 49ers would get the ball back, but with no time left. No timeouts left. Sorry, 2 minutes left. But they've used all the timeouts, so they can't stop it. Greg Hendricks punt. Bounds down to about the 7. And the 49ers will have a long way to go. Next Sunday, World War III will be fought on ice. Don't miss Canada's Wayne Gretzky and America's John LeClair when they lead the best players from North America against the world in an Olympic preview. Don't miss the NHL All-Star Game live from Vancouver on Sunday at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, right here on Fox.
You know, this is tough what the 49ers go through too, because you know, I've been in a number of these games and I've lost championship games, and it's, you really work like heck to get here, and you've done a lot. You've won a lot of games to get here. 49ers case, they had the best record in football. They got the home field, and you can't just throw them in the bunch. I mean, they're still as good or better than most, and maybe not as good as one team.
Young to Stokes. You don't know who's coming back next year either now with the free agency. All of these guys have opportunities to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably no team in the NFL that is going to be the same as they were the year before.
Young chase from behind, and down he goes. Just gets rid of it. Flag on the play.
I think they call that a completed pass because the guy's marking it where they caught the ball.
Flag down in the mud, however.
Well, what it was is Steve Young threw the pass, but he was over the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. But it used to be that you had such a bond with your teammates, and when you lost, if you lost, you knew you were coming back to the same people. That feeling is gone now.
Yeah, and then they still have to bond, but they have to bond quickly.
Illegal forward pass. Offense number 8. 5-yard penalty. Loss of down. Pass from beyond the line of scrimmage.
Dick Hantack and his crew have done a good job today.
And the teams that can bond the quickest, and the coaches that can help them bond the quickest, are the teams that, you know, that win, that play in championship games, that go to Super Bowls.
Again, the presentation of the trophy as Young drops again. Firing deep for Stokes. Incomplete.
Did you notice that shot of Gilbert Brown over there in the sideline? Did you notice that Gilbert Brown didn't limp at all today?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Well, he didn't limp at all. He was saying that last week after the game, he talked to his mom. And she just told him, she said, hey, don't limp on the field anymore. And I said, well, what'd you say? I said, your ankle was hurt. He said, I said, yes, ma'am. And Gilbert Brown did not limp. I watched him today, Pat. Gilbert Brown did not limp today.
Talk about discipline and how important it is on a football team, no matter where you are, what level you are. But when they talk about discipline, they always go back to mom.
And mom is still boss.
Yeah. Young up the middle. Ways the K made the reception.
You know, and I wonder if that rubber band on Brett Favre's right arm is going to hold up. His daughter gave it to him before the season, told him to wear it for good luck. And he's worn it all season.
49er player Wazike is down. He had a bad knee. There's some question about whether he'd be able to play or not during the week. And in fact, Steve Mariucci said to us Friday, if he doesn't run better today than he did yesterday, he won't play. He won't even be active.
And he ran pretty well on that Friday practice when we were there.
Don't forget to stick with us when the game is over. The NASDAQ stock market post-game report with JB, Terry, Howie, and Ronnie. The presentation will be on the field, believe it or not, this muddy field, the Hallis Trophy presentation. And our boys who have stayed behind the cover, undercover, will have a chance to come out and get wet.
Well, and they should. But then again, Brett Favre, you know that rubber band on his right wrist, Brett Favre, he had that tied together yesterday. Yeah. And he said, I can just, and it was funny. And you know, when you think like a winner, and we were talking about that rubber band, he said, you know, it just has to get me through 8 quarters. So he wasn't thinking about today's game. He was thinking about it has to get me through this game and the Super Bowl.
You look at him in uniform, the things he does. You know how big he is? 237 pounds.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing it. He's 237 pounds.
Maybe with all that wet equipment on, he might be.
That guy that he was talking to that went off to his right, that's Andy Reid. That's his quarterback coach. And his quarterback coaches have had a lot of success.
I thought
Antonio Freeman
he had a bad leg.
Around. He had cramps and he was stretching. And when you win a championship, you can start dancing. There's a whole bag of donuts. He got that cap on already.
Dorsey Levens. Bag of donuts. Frank Winters.
Yeah, he was saying when he played with one team, he didn't talk to anyone. He said with the Packers, he said everyone's a friend.
Tell you what, you joke about him a lot. Brett Favre jokes about him a lot, mocks him a lot, but he's a heck of a player.
Well, he is a heck of a player. And at one time, I remember Brett Favre saying it was on offense, if there was anyone that he could least afford to miss, anyone he could least afford to lose on that team, it would be Frank Winters.
Big Gilbert, he'll fill up the picture, won't he?
Well, and he'll stop the run. And, you know, it's going to be an interesting thing when you talk about Terrell Davis running and then getting Big Gilbert Brown blocked to run.
Young's pass goes through the hands of Stokes. Brett Jones still there.
Yeah, and he only has a couple plays left in his career, and he wants to play them. And you know, the finality about that is that you play all your life. I mean, you start when you're 8 or 9 or 10, then you play through grammar school, then high school, and then college, and then pros, and you've had a season every year all your life. And then you go to a point that next year you're not going to have a season, and that is tough to take.
He's still there on 3rd and 10. Young's pass incomplete. Nearly intercepted by Seth Joyner.
Now, Seth Joyner is having fun.
Yeah.
Look, you see him laugh. I mean, I know that. I mean, when you know that you've never been to a Super Bowl and you want to do all your life.
Finally.
Yeah, and you're playing out there. It's the end of the game, and you're diving and you're sliding in mud, and you're dirty and you're wet, and things are smelling out there and stuff. It doesn't get any better than this.
Right.
It doesn't get any better than this right now for number 54. I'll guarantee you.
4th down for the 49ers. Stokes will get the first, so they'll keep the ball as he steps out of bounds and stops the clock. Grabs a towel over on the sideline. Brett Favre, they already had the caps made up.
Brett
Where's
Favre.
the rubber band? It's on the other arm, isn't it?
No, that's on the right hand. It's right there. Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah, you can see it right there in his right hand. In fact, he has knots in there.
Yeah.
You can see it right up there.
Got one on both arms.
Yeah. No, he has one on both, but the one on the right is the one that's starting to wear up. That's the one that he had to tie knots in.
Young chase. Down goes the ball, but it'll belong to the 49ers. They scramble for it. Keith McKenzie chased Young down. McKenzie's come on and had a couple of strong games here at the end.
Yeah, remember last week after Gabe Wilkins got hurt, McKenzie came in and got some pass rushes. I'll tell you, as great as it feels to win, and the Green Bay Packers, I'll tell you, it's equally as tough to lose these things. These are tough because there's nothing you can do about it. You know, there's no next game or whatever. But on this side, this is why you coach. This is why Mike Holmgren coaches.
And again, the presentation will take place when this is over, as the players on the field start to shake hands now.
This is why the players play. This is why Seth Joyner comes back. This is why they rehab. This is why they lift weights. To get to this point right now, to be wearing a white jersey.
Brett Favre looking for Steve Young, I think. Reggie White. A sloppy day.
But it has to feel so good for Mike Holmgren to not only get back to another Super Bowl, but to win it here in his hometown.
A chance to defend. And as you said before, John, when you're the defending world champions, everybody plays their best. There's what Brett Favre was looking for. Just to say hello to his friend.
Two of the biggest competitors in this league, Steve Young and Brett Favre. Two guys that know how to play this game and know there's only one way to play this game.
All out.
Give everything you have. And you know, Brent Jones probably knowing it's the last time he'll have that jersey on, and probably not wanting to take it off, probably not wanting to leave the field. You know, want to be the last guy off. Want to be the last guy to take the jersey off in the locker room. You know, because it's
Gary
the last
Plummer
time you're going to do it.
Could be the last for him, although he says he wants to come back.
He said he was going to retire, and then he said he wants to come back. So
again, a reminder to stay with us, because the presentation of the Hallis Trophy, emblematic of the NFC Championship, is coming up down on the field. This play of the game brought to you by Energizer. And again, it's the only Green Bay touchdown of the day. I beg your pardon, Levin's got one late, but this was the first one.
Yep, and it was, again, Antonio Freeman, first of all, getting inside Marquez Pope, then making a good run against the grain.
Final score here in San Francisco is Green Bay 23, San Francisco 10. Coming up on the NASDAQ postgame report, we'll have highlights and interviews, and our Fox Sports ticker will have up to the second postseason stats. That's all next on the NASDAQ postgame report.
And let's start with the brewmaster for just a moment. The brewmaster is the chef. And that is the key brewmaster role, to understand the blending of his or her ingredients. Not only he or she tastes the beer every day, there's another person who tastes the beer every day, and that is me. The ability to have hands-on brewmasters working with the finest ingredients gives you Budweiser.
American Express Small Business Services. How can I help you?
How can I help you?
Right. We only work with small businesses.
Why don't we start with your cash flow?
And our equipment financing plan will help spread out the payments.
That'll definitely give you more flexibility.
How about setting up a line of credit?
We can do that.
Then I'll put you in touch with one of our CPAs so you can start getting ready for tax time.
We can always make adjustments when your situation changes.
Call 1-800-SUCCESS to find out how American Express Small Business Services can help you do more.
I wasn't looking for love. With just a glance it happened. Love came looking for me. Get out of my way!
Dockers, khakis.
Hey, I'm
going to McDonald's. You want anything?
Yeah, give me a Big Mac and fries.
Hey, did somebody say McDonald's? Coffee and a cheeseburger.
A number 3, and supersize it.
Barry, cheeseburger, apple pie, Coke, and you have call line 7.
Barry, fell in the mailroom. Look, we need 4 Big Macs. Could you hurry, please? Thanks.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
Some decisions are harder than others. The Chrysler Sebring LXI Coupe or the Sebring Limited Convertible. For the passionate side, fully independent suspension, speed-sensitive steering, multi-valve V6, and a luxurious leather-trimmed interior. The practical side, lease the convertible from just $299 a month. And on the coupe, get $1,000 cash back and luxurious leather at no charge. Some decisions are easier than others. Chrysler, engineered to be great cars.
Once upon a time.
Now that you're a family, it's time to think about starting a new chapter in life. We can help build a secure financial future for the ones you love most, with life insurance, annuities, and disability income coverage tailored specifically for you. Let our family take care of your family. After all, helping you is what we do best. The Farm Bureau Insurance Companies, caring for what matters most.
We gotta go. You're ruining my nap. You don't understand. I can't get back late. I do understand. We work for the same people. Now. Technically, we're an entire minute early. I'll note this on my timesheet.
Get all your news first at 10 with the Fox 21 10 o'clock news tonight following the X-Files here on Fox 21.
Here on this NASDAQ NFC Championship postgame show, we will take you through the elements today. Trophy presentation to the Green Bay Packers coming up in just a moment. We will also take a look back at that AFC Championship game between Denver and Pittsburgh. Denver, of course, heading to the Super Bowl. They will be taking on the Green Bay Packers. We will preview that contest, and in what has been an outstanding year, we will bring you the plays of the year as we welcome you back to our remote home away from home, along with Ronnie Lott, Howie Long. I'm James Brown. We will get to our experts to break this game down for you in just a bit. But right now, we're going to take you back downstairs, field side, as the Green Bay Packers get set for the second consecutive season to be the recipients of the NFC Championship trophy. Let's join Terry Bradshaw.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we present the trophy presentation, let's give a round of applause to the San Francisco 49ers and the great job that they've done. First team to have won 5 Super Bowls. Now, on behalf of Fox Sports, we're proud to present to you the president of the National Football League, Neil Austrian, who would like to present to the president of the Green Bay Packers, Mr. Bob Harlan, the George S. Halas Trophy, symbolic of the NFC champions. Neil.
Thanks, Terry. You know, it's very hard to win the championship. It's even more difficult to come back as a visiting team and repeat. It's my pleasure, Bob Harlan, Ron Wolf, Mike Holmgren, to present on behalf of the National Football League the George Halas Trophy for the champions of the National Football Conference.
Why don't you hand this trophy? You guys want to grab this trophy. Hold that trophy up there. Mr. Harlan, the Green Bay Packers won basically Super Bowl I, Super Bowl II, back-to-back championships. You won Super Bowl 31. Now you're traveling to San Diego to hopefully win Super Bowl 32. I want to remind you that the first team to win back-to-back Super Bowls 2 different times was the Pittsburgh Steelers. A little bit of pressure on you, perhaps, huh?
And we're ready to face it.
You're ready to face it?
Terry, I'd just like to say that the Packers certainly congratulate Carmen Policy, Steve Mariucci, and the San Francisco 49ers, a class organization and a fine football team. And I think I speak for all of these Packer fans here when I say thank you to Ron Wolf, Mike Holmgren, our coaches and players for what they've done for Green Bay.
Congratulations, certainly in order. And Mr. Wolf, now I remember, I believe it was 6 years ago, you had to give up a second-round draft choice to get this guy standing to our left over. That's turned out to be a pretty good deal, hasn't it?
It really has, and I tell you what, we'd probably do it again.
Oh, would you?
Yeah. Hey, Terry, I'd like to say one thing to all the people back there in the state of Wisconsin. How about them Packers? Hey!
One final question. Your matchup with Denver the last time really wasn't so much a matchup, but now in Super Bowl 32, looking forward to it. We need major differences that you see as a general manager going to San Diego.
I think it'll be difficult because we're going to an AFC city and, you know, representing the National Football Conference. But that's going to be the hardest thing we're going to be faced with, going to San Diego. They're more familiar with all the intricacies, if you will, that place and that stadium, and we're not.
Yeah, but you're defending world champions.
Yeah, but we're also very, very happy to be there, too.
I guarantee you. Hey, Mike Holmgren, head coach, Green Bay, you're a hometown boy. It must feel pretty good coming back to your hometown and winning the NFC crown and the opportunity now to go to the Super Bowl.
Well, Jerry, it's wonderful. You know, my family, a lot of my family still lives here, and I have a lot of friends here. I know I'm on the other side, but this has always been a great place for me, and it's extra special today, and I owe a lot to these guys behind me on the stage.
Before I ask you a football question, I guess, in a way, you haven't really had a chance to think about this, but pressure now, traveling as a defending champion back-to-back, and going against a guy that really the country is going to really be supporting John Elway, hoping he can get that ring for the storied career that he's had.
Sure, I understand those things, Terry, and but I really like our football team. Denver has a great football team. The fact that we're going to the Super Bowl, we're going to enjoy all that down there again, is just a wonderful thing. Repeating is very difficult, but I'm really proud of my football team right now.
How about the job your defensive coordinator, Fritz Shermer, did today, mixing up 3-man fronts, 4-man fronts, blitzes when you least expected it, bad weather conditions?
Well, Fritz is the best. I've said that all along, and even outside of football, he does so much for me in a personal nature. He's a very wise man. I'm lucky to have him.
Good, and you know I'm his agent, don't you?
No, I thought so.
Where's Brett Favre? Has he left the building? Hey, what do you got on your head? Now, a lot of Packer fans here. You, a 3-time most valuable player, the first time in the history of the National Football League. An opportunity now, Brett, to go back to the Super Bowl. How much right now does that mean to you? Have you thought about it?
It means everything. You know, I play this game for one reason, that's to win a Super Bowl. And there's nothing more gratifying to play in this championship game and to win it. And I can't say enough about our football team and what we did to get here.
Now, I think athletes in general are superstition, but hand that trophy to somebody. Hand that NFC. There you go, Eugene Hill, hold it. Show. Now, what are these rubber bands on your wrist? You played with those today.
Yeah, my daughter gave me these before. My daughter Brittany gave me these before the season and wished me luck with them, and they haven't let me down yet.
If you look at this football game in the first half, I commented that between you and Steve Young, 359 yards of passing, 24 for 37, you two quarterbacks. Second half, obviously, you can see what happened with the rain and everything. How hard was it to go from a bombs out first half to really more of a control offense in the second?
Well, it was very difficult, and we knew by watching the weather that it was going to get tough as the game progressed. So we wanted to get up early, and then we could run the ball and be a little more controlled. But I tell you what, our receivers and guys up front blocked great, and we caught the ball great, and it was just for me to put the ball out there, and they did a great job.
Was it difficult holding the football? Was it difficult controlling it?
I tell you, this is as tough as it gets. You know, if it was colder, it would really be tough, but it was very hard to hold the ball and then control it on the throw.
All right, I know your head coach calls you Gomer, doesn't he?
He calls me a lot of things. He may call me something nice today.
I just dogged you on national television.
You did.
That's for goosing me last year. You deserve that. Where's Eugene at? All right. All right, you ready?
Yeah, okay.
Now, if there were a big play in this game, the pass down the middle of Steve Young, and there you are all over the tight end, you pick it off and you take off. Tell me about the play. Tell me about your responsibility.
Well, actually, Leroy was blitzing, and so I had coverage. And when he ran that little 6 route inside, I said, oh, the ball's coming inside. And when the ball was out there, I said, just catch it. And if you just catch it, you won. So I caught the ball, and there you have it. And I ran down the field, and I got tired.
You got
watch out.
hold on. You got tired?
Yeah, look, that's a nice cut, right? You know, and I got all of the blocks happening, and I got kind of tired. Yeah, that monkey's going to jump on my back in a few seconds.
You got to relax here. Where's the stride at?
No, I'm hurting right now.
How difficult was it for the defensive backs and the corners especially having to play so cautious with the field conditions the way they were? You can't be aggressive. You got to lay off unless you get caught at it.
But our style is aggressive anyway. Our corners press a lot. We talk across the board, and we're really intense. And so today's the weather. We play in this type of weather, so it's not something that's odd. I thought we played well, and we had to lay off a little bit because you can't go for the ball, and if you miss it, it could be a touchdown.
All right, Super Bowl 32, San Diego, you're going to be going up against one of the greatest arms in the NFL.
I faced him so many times.
You've been playing against him and never in practice.
I played against John Elway so many different times. I have a lot of respect for him. I actually got a helmet signed by him, too, man. That's
you got a helmet?
I need a helmet signed by you also, so there you have it.
Leroy, how about the effort I thought today, really by both teams in the first half?
Yes.
The coverage I thought was excellent considering the field, but I did think the field would dictate the game in the second half. How much a change was it for you as a secondary man? What did you have to do?
We just kept our composure. I think that everybody knows that we're the best bad weather team in the nation. And I think that our guys just kept focused. If they catch the ball, we just wanted to hit them. And if we kept it close, the win would be with us and against them in the fourth quarter, and it happened that way.
How much did you have to change? And normally a lot of blitzing. I saw some blitzing today, but did you take a lot of your blitz packages out because of the field conditions?
Yes, you know, we weren't as aggressive at the beginning, but towards the game kept going on, we got a little bit aggressive, but I had to come out and do a lot of coverage stuff, so I wasn't able to do a lot of blitzing.
So you didn't get tired like your man over here?
No,
I didn't think you did. Okay, that's it from down here. Green Bay Packers, National Football Conference champions. JB, back to you.
All right, Terry, did a nice job up there. Even in all the rain, Terry Bradshaw did a nice job. Let's come back to my colleagues, Ronnie and Howie. The guys talked about it. Fritz Shurmur, 65-year-old defensive coordinator. To me, he is the MVP, what he did in handcuffing the Niners here at home.
That's true. You got to say that he's the MVP. He's faced the 49ers over the years. He was the defensive coordinator for the Rams. He did an excellent job taking away the passing lanes, did an excellent job of stopping the run. And the one thing that I admire about him, he had his guys ready to play. And when you have your guys ready to play, you can win football games. And man, what more can you say about Fritz Shurmur?
Yeah, Fritz Shurmur did an outstanding job with multiple defensive fronts. And this San Francisco team's a team that got here running the football, turning the football over, forcing turnovers, and field position. They got none of that today. 33 yards rushing, 0 forced turnovers. Green Bay, as a matter of fact, forced 2 turnovers. And they got there running the ball, 116 yards rushing. And as they said, it didn't happen in the first half, but as the game wore on, they had the ability to do that in the second half, as they did last week in that big game up in Green Bay. Now they step down here and they do the same thing. And they did it on the road. Might be Mike Holmgren's best job of coaching this year when you consider the number of starters he was forced to play without this year.
Well, you think he'll ever be recognized as Coach of the Year?
Yeah, well, I don't know if he ever will be because they've established himself as such a great team. Usually the Coach of the Year is someone who's taken a team from the ashes and brought them back, like a Tony Dungy, like a Mariucci, like Jim Fossil.
Well, you got, and the one thing you got to say about this is that you got the teacher and the student. The teacher beat the student.
A remarkable job as Mike Holmgren and his Packers have knocked the 49ers out of the playoffs for the 3rd straight season. All right, folks, Brett Favre, 3-time MVP, the only 3-time MVP in the National Football League, 16 of 27, 222 yards, and a touchdown. We'll be back with an AFC Championship review after this.
In 1984, 2 computer scientists envisioned the impossible, a seamless network of computer networks. They invented the router, and Cisco Systems was born. Out of Cisco came internetworking, and now directing millions of messages a day. Their equipment makes the internet possible. Cisco will be there as web users soar to 200 million by the year 2000. Where do you learn about companies so integrated into the future? NASDAQ, shaping the new world of investing.
Hey, buddy. I'll trade you my scarf for that last Bud Light. Come on. But the hat? That's fair. What more could you possibly want, huh? Oh.
the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
I never said it was the last one.
Make it a Bud Light.
It is a symbol that stands for freedom, for power, for the spirit of adventure, for discovery, for strength, for passion. It is a symbol grounded in the belief that for ideas to take flight, they must have wings. It is an enduring reminder that while all cars appeal to our practical side, the great ones appeal to our more passionate side. It is the symbol for great cars. Chrysler, engineered to be great cars.
Winter '94, the greatest skaters and unforgettable competition. February 5th in Vail, many return as Tanya and Nancy meet for the first time since the assault. Tanya Harding.
You were involved, true or false?
Nancy Kerrigan.
Is there any room for forgiveness?
Lilla Howard Revisited, February 5th on Fox.
Dorsey Levens continues what has been an outstanding season. 115 yards on the ground today. First 100-yard rushing effort against the 49ers this season. Back with more locker room conversation after this.
I can be a hero. I can be a role model.
I can do my homework every day. I can do whatever I want to do, no matter what other people say.
Well, I can be anything I want to be, except an engineer.
I can be on the honor roll.
I can dunk on somebody and just scream at them.
I can be the next Jerry Rice. I can be a great basketball player. I can be whatever I want to be.
I'm all right. I could do this. I could do this.
You're all set. Have a pleasant flight. Great.
Here you are, sir. A two-door spec.
Spec?
Our junior executive suite. Supersize me.
Sure, what would you like?
I don't care. Just supersize me.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
I know a place.
America's a big country. Big. We like our skies big and our mountains extra large.
I'll take you there.
We purchased Louisiana. We bought Alaska. We wanted more beaches, so we added Hawaii. We love to spread out. That's why we gave the Chevy Malibu more room for 5 than Camry or Altima. And a bigger trunk than Taurus. So stretch out. It's the car you knew America could build. The Chevy Malibu.
I'll take you there.
It is one of the most powerful warships, with satellite communications, radar and propulsion systems that are the most advanced in the world. But USS Mitcher cannot do a single thing without you. Because the most important part of USS Mitcher is her crew of over 250 sailors who every day embark on a journey of honor, of courage, and of commitment. Call 1-800-USA-NAVY. Let the journey begin.
Tonight, the Simpsons join a carnival.
You gonna get drunk and start a lot of trouble?
Sure, anything you want. On a brand new Simpsons. Then, Troy Aikman joins the Super Bowl bash.
Boomhauer's dip was so thick our chips were snapping like Joe Theismann's leg.
On a brand new King of the Hill. It all starts tonight at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Last year, Reggie won his first Super Bowl, right? Victorious Green Bay Packers, Eugene Robinson and Leroy Butler holding up the George S. Hallis Trophy, symbolizing the NFC Championship Trophy. Of course, there's nobody any happier in the Green Bay Packers than the man who got his first Super Bowl ring last year, Reggie White, 12 consecutive Pro Bowls. He's standing by right now with our own Ron Pitts.
All right, standing by here with the man, Reggie White. That George Hallis Trophy isn't too bad, is it?
Ain't bad at all, man. I'm extremely humbled at this. You know, I've always said I never thought I had a chance to win one, let alone having a chance to maybe win two. And, you know, God is a great God, and I just praise him for this opportunity because I know he gave us a chance at this. I just want to say thank you, Jesus.
Talk to me about coming back this time around. Everybody says it's so much harder and everybody's gunning for you, and it's true. But tell me how it's been.
It's been, you know, the first 7 games was a real struggle for us, you know, because we were trying to play up to what everybody said we were. After that, the bye week we had, Mike gave us that week off. It was the most brilliant thing that he did, you know, because it gave us rest and it gave us a chance to refocus. And we started playing for us instead of worrying about what everybody else was doing. But like I said, I just praise the Lord for this.
This team reflected a lot of confidence this year, and you came out in the paper in the beginning of the week and said the 49ers haven't played the kind of people we've played. That reflects that kind of confidence, and I think a lot of people with the 49ers took that as arrogance.
Well, you know, it's not arrogance. The thing is that we got some quiet confidence. We've been playing that way. And, you know, one thing that I think that helped us more than anything was to win those 3 games on the road. We knew if we had to come here, we could win. And that was the confidence that we had because we won some big games on the road.
Yeah, and then there's one more game left, right?
One more game left, and against a doggone good football team. I mean, you know, I know everybody going to be pulling for John Elway, and, you know, he definitely deserved it, but we want it. We want it better now.
All right, good luck to you, Reggie. Appreciate it. All right, let's go back to James Brown.
All right, Ron, thank you very much. And certainly, again, as we mentioned, no guy any happier than Reggie White. And even though Reggie has not been very dominating, Howie, nonetheless, what he has done over his career certainly stands on its own.
Yeah, he's played a majority of the year with back problems. He had a couple of epidural blocks this season. But hats off to the San Francisco 49ers and Steve Mariucci. Revamped the offense, brought in bigger offensive linemen, took the pressure off of Steve Young, lost Jerry Rice in game 1, and made it to the NFC Championship game in his first year as head coach.
All right, Howie Long talked about Steve Mariucci. We will hear from the coach when we come back. Indeed, it has been an outstanding season for him. But right now, the Packer fans are the ones who have all the right to cheer. We'll be back here in San Francisco with more after this.
This just...
And videos and credit, the Mercurial Tour of the South. Preface.
Okay, so I'm not writing the great American novel. I'm writing about what I know.
Mom, where's my pencil doll?
I don't know. People and food.
Hey, Mom, have you seen those scissors?
Specifically Southern people and food, not the kind in restaurants. The kind served on porches and kitchens and backyards.
I'm loading the bagel.
Okay. The kind packed in brown bags and eaten on creek banks. Food with as much character as the people who make it. For the next year, my kids, my husband, and I will eat our way across the South. So, grab a fork and a napkin. George, watch out for the mailbox.
I see it.
The road calls.
Hey, Dad, want me to drive?
Looking to the future, you want what's best for your family. And only through planning can your dreams be realized. A good reason to call your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. We can help you save for your retirement or for any other reason you wish. In fact, our Flex 2 annuity offers excellent options on how to save and terrific tax advantages when you save as an IRA or other qualified plan. A Flex 2 annuity is planning for what matters most.
Deep Space Nine, weeknights after the Fox 21 10 o'clock news.
Fox, change begins with you.
Imagine not being able to read a menu or a magazine or even a birthday card. Pretty awful. Now imagine helping to teach a child how to read a kid's book or even a note that says, I love you. It's pretty terrific. You can help stamp out illiteracy, help a child to read. Imagine how great you'll feel.
People, executives, everybody. Because that's the Green Bay Packer organization. Okay? Well, listen, hey, I'm proud of you, but what? We're not done yet, all right?
And that's That's the high point associated with this game. The Green Bay Packers, of course, winning the NFC Championship for the second consecutive season, knocking off the San Francisco 49ers. All right, coming up at the top of the hour, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, prime time lineup coming your way. It'll be The Simpsons coming up next. That'll be followed by King of the Hill, and then, of course, a chilling episode of The X-Files. All right, folks, the San Francisco 49ers, by any stretch of the imagination, have been the most successful franchise in the 80s and 90s. Came up short today. We'll check in with Steve Mariucci to get his thoughts. He's standing by with Pam Oliver.
All right, thanks a lot. All right, Steve, let me ask you, it's got to be a tough feeling for you. Can I ask you some of the things you shared with your team?
Well, it was a difficult locker room. We hadn't lost a game here in 3-com this season, and we fell short of our goal. And, you know, but we've got a very determined team. And, you know, we may have a Brent Jones retire, that type of thing. We got some veterans, but, you know, we got a lot of guys that will be back and very determined to get to this level again and win it.
What went wrong for the 49ers today?
It was hard. The field position thing was really in their favor. I think we started 8 drives on our 20 and backed up and couldn't really get a long drives put together. And then we didn't run the ball really like we hoped to. Of course, we got behind, and then we really abandoned the run a little bit. But, you know, they were very good. You give them credit, and they outplayed us today.
We've had a lot of fun with you, working with you this year. I'm sure you have a lot to be proud of with your team. Thanks for being with us.
Well, you guys have been fun, and thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let's go back to James Brown.
All right, Pam, thank you very much. So the Green Bay Packers have snapped an 11-game win streak by the 49ers here at home. 49ers in NFC Championship games at home are 4-5. Green Bay Packers, outstanding indeed. All right, folks, when we come back here to 3-Com Park at Candlestick, we'll take a look at the upcoming Super Bowl 32. That'll be held in San Diego. Brett Favre and Mike Holmgren will be there.
Now you can save $100 on professional installation and get $50 of programming certificates. So what are you waiting for? Go to your retailer today.
A company most people never heard of is changing the way we fight cancer and kidney failure. By inducing the body to produce blood cells, chemotherapy and anemia patients are gaining new strength. Helping to grow blood cells helped Amgen become the world's largest biotech company. Where do you learn about companies with such pioneering spirit? NASDAQ. Shaping the new world of investing.
We're back at Ericsson Stadium where we're down to the final seconds of the game and it's still tied. The kick's high. And
in business, our name draws a crowd.
Where do you see the rate Dollar gave me on the convertible?
With great rates right at the airport, it's no wonder so many vacations start at Dollar.
I believe this is my stop.
Welcome to Dollar, sir.
Off to the beach.
Where your vacation ends up, however, is another story.
Well, we're here.
Make a New Year's resolution to save with a Dodge Neon, just $19.98. Dollar makes sense.
Tuesday, on an all-new Night of Heroes, a top Navy man is found dead.
Do you doubt it was suicide?
The Admiral does. Now, someone will do anything to stop the investigation on Jag. Then, when his lover is investigated...
Doesn't look good. Can you hold off 24 hours?
Will a U.S. attorney risk it all to protect her?
I want you to stay.
David Caruso is Michael Hayes, and it's Romeo and Juliet, New York style.
My son has standing orders to stay away from that girl.
Can Danny Aiello help love survive?
Anything's possible.
Della Ventura, all new CBS Tuesday.
Can angels save a family?
We received a domestic disturbance call.
Shattered by violence. Next, on a powerful new Touched by an Angel. Then, The People's Choice is coming with a once-in-a-lifetime live performance by Garth Brooks. Ray Romano and Reba McEntire host the People's Choice Awards live. CBS tonight.
Brooklyn South is back.
Take it easy. We got a gun.
With an all-new episode.
Sergeant Santoro helped a gay officer lie about a homicide. Where the hell are you getting this from?
It will have everybody talking.
Stick Santoro gay.
There's never been a better time to walk the beat.
A lie is a lie.
Don't miss Brooklyn South, CBS Monday.
Experience CBS News.
Wednesday, a blizzard shuts down Chicago Hope.
There's been a massive power outage. The ER is closed.
And a teenager.
The girl had holes in the palms of her hands.
Becomes a medical mystery.
I'm not an exorcist.
I still believe in miracles.
If you believe in something, that's what makes it true.
Please make it go away.
A startling new Chicago Hope, CBS Wednesday.
A teenager is dead, and his friends are dealing with the devil to join him.
The bullet went in your chest? Right here.
Your teen could be doing it too. 48 Hours Thursday. This is CBS.
There's never been a better time to buy your new big screen TV than right now at Circuit City's Big Screen TV sale. You'll pay no interest till January 1999 on all TVs 32 inches and larger. Like this 46-inch projection TV, only $999.99. Circuit City has the top brands you want and guaranteed low prices on every TV. Like this GE 27-inch stereo TV, just $269.99. It's the Big Screen TV sale now at Circuit City.
Hi, I'm Tom Crabtree. I'll bet you know of someone whose special achievements should be recognized. If there's someone you know who's making a difference in the community, someone who's overcoming adversity, or someone whose extra efforts have touched your life, we'd like to hear about them.
So if I can help somebody, you know, I enjoy that more than I do anything else. Good to see you. I'll see you next week.
Watch 7 Special People every Wednesday night at 6 here on the best place for good news, News Channel 7.
We now know who's in the Super Bowl. We'll take a look tonight at 11.
The address is CBS.
Welcome home.
All right, Alex. You do this. This is wrong. Click it. All right, button up. That's it. That's it. Better. Click. Keep it low. You just stick low to the item.
This is a bad idea.
Come on, Tess. Skating is fun.
Good job.
I don't have the ankles for it. Shoulders I have.
Right.
Elbows I have. Ankles I ain't got.
Snap your wrist, okay? Snap it. Good. All right, way to go. I knew you could do it. Let's go.
You see that one, Dad?
Yes, I sure did. You keep that up, you're going to be the only 11-year-old in the NHL.
That'd be cool.
Ooh.
Is that them?
For you.
Yeah, that's the Craigs.
They seem like a perfectly happy family.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
They're not?
No, as a matter of fact, Craig is skating on thin ice these days.
Can we go home yet?
Not yet.
Oh, come on, Michelle. I thought you were our #1 fan.
I want to see Aunt Holly.
It's my sister. She's coming in today.
Well, that's right. That's great.
Mommy's going to be a lawyer. Oh, man.
Is that the hospital?
It's a hospital. Gotta go. All right. Great job. Bye, hon.
Bye, dear.
Not a word. Not one word.
Holly. It's so weird to ring the doorbell, the place where we grew up. I'm so happy to see you. It finally feels like home. Come in. Come in.
I know I'm late. You're not gonna sue me, are you?
Well, I could. I know how. Your hands are freezing. Where are your gloves?
Oh, listen to you, living in the house. Starting to sound like Mom.
Aunt Holly?
She's here, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
I don't want you coming down until you finish your bath. She's been dying to see you.
Where's Ray?
He's, at the hospital. He'll be here before dinner.
Really? That's a first. Must be a slow night. Oh, this place looks great, Linda. You have the touch. I don't think I have the touch.
You don't need the touch. You have tenure.
True. But you can't curl up with tenure.
Don't pretend you don't love it. You're half the reason I went back to school.
Really? I deserve the credit.
You are half the reason, you get half the credit. Come on, let me show you around. What's Linda hiding, Tess?
Well, it's something bigger than what's in that closet.
When you walk down the road, heavy burden, heavy load, I will rise and I will walk with you. I'll walk with you till the sun don't even shine. Walk with you every time. I tell you, I'll walk with you. Walk with you. Believe me, I'll walk with you.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Ellen. Would you like to buy some bake sale cookies? Want to buy some bird seeds? It's for the birds. Buy a chocolate bar for the band. Buy some...
Always done your part to help schools raise money?
Fruitcake?
Apply for a Target guest card. Use it and we'll donate 1% of the total to your favorite school. So schools get what they need.
I'm back.
And so do you. For more information, call 1-800-316-6142.
I know you're in there. I know you like Fresh Step, but this cat litter was on sale, so I thought...
Fresh Step neutralizes ammonia odor and freshens with every step.
Okay, you win.
Fresh Step. Fresher with every step.
Now fresh from the oven, Boston Market introduces our new home-style casseroles made from scratch, like the chicken and wild rice casserole or the beef shepherd's pie. Cozy up with one of them right now for only $4.49 for a limited time. The food's always better at the market. Boston Market.
Kids grow really fast. Just blink and they're bigger. You know, so at Oshkosh B'gosh, we make clothes that grow with them. And if you're going to get a lot more wear out of them, they're going to get washed a lot more. So we suggest Washington and Tide. Tide's designed with a special age-defying ingredient that helps moms extend the life of cotton clothes. When you look at these pants, it's like night and day. The ones on the left, washed in regular detergent, already look old. But the ones washed in Tide look more like new. It's important for us that the clothes keep on looking good. Tide is helping us do that.
We got married young. You know what? She still is.
We've always had a great mother-daughter relationship. It's because we take turns being the mother.
She loves life. Nothing seems to slow her down.
Slow down, never. And only new Poise pads with side shields have uniquely designed soft sides to stop pad leaks. And no other pad or guard for bladder protection is more absorbent.
She's a great hugger, too.
Like all Poise products, new Poise pads with side shields give you the freedom to be yourself.
Wednesday, Fran gets the dirt on a Hollywood starlet.
Fake, fake, fake. Ooh, fake? Real. That's what fake will get you.
All new nanny. Then Murphy joins a support group of real-life cancer survivors.
It's a place where you can rant and rave. Me? I was just taking a shot in the dark.
A powerful new Murphy after the nanny, CBS Wednesday.
I fixed up my old room for Alex.
And I've got your old room, Aunt Holly. Mommy said you can sleep with me.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Hey, take care.
So what on earth made you buy this house back?
It came back on the market. I walked through it last year during an open house, and it still felt like home. Some of my best memories are here.
Well, here's a crazy idea. For once in our lives, I'll wash and you dry. I want to see how the other half lives.
Oh, well, I welcome a night away from pruny fingers, please.
Can I help too?
Sure, honey, come on.
Michelle's got her hands full here with geography.
Geography already?
Yeah. Gotta start early now to stay competitive. These two are gonna do better than a state college.
You did well enough to get into medical school.
Right. I get in despite what they taught me, not because of it.
I don't care where you went to school, Ray. Some people are just born to do what they do. There's probably not a better ER doctor in the county. Right?
Right.
So how many law firms have you applied to?
Linda's not jumping into anything.
Linda? Is that true?
You know, it's taken me 7 years to get this far. I haven't even thought about what comes after graduation.
Fine. First, you graduate, and then I'll help you write the world's greatest resume. Deal? Deal.
Linda, maybe you and I should be discussing this.
Fine, you two talk. I'm gonna run upstairs and get your graduation gift. Be right back.
You haven't told her.
You told me not to.
Since when does that make any difference? You tell her everything.
Not everything.
Okay, come on.
Future home of Linda's law degree.
That's cool, Mom. That's real cool.
See? Here's where it goes. Now, you're equal.
Thank you. That's great.
I'll get it.
All right. Good evening, folks. I am the walking lost and found.
My gloves. Thanks, Coach. I owe you one.
No problem.
Well, there's a problem, all right. If you can't keep track of your equipment, give me that. I'm gonna take it away from you. You're grounded from practice this weekend.
But, Dad, that's not fair.
Well, rules are rules.
Right, like you've never made a mistake.
Okay, now you're grounded from everything. Okay, you don't go out of the house till Monday.
Ray, don't you think you're being a little harsh?
It's about time you learned if you don't take care of things, you lose them. We'll discuss this later. Late for my shift. Okay, you finished with your schoolwork? Thank you. Sorry.
I'm sorry about that. Holly, this is Andrew, Alex's hockey coach. Andrew, my sister Holly.
Hi.
Ray's had a hard day. I hope Alex's missing practice this weekend doesn't hurt the team.
No, we'll miss him, but we'll get by.
He's really been enjoying it. I don't want this to be something that gets him away.
Now, don't forget Alex. Alex has a lot of potential.
What
He's
the?
very dedicated to this game.
You have a gun in the house around kids?
Holly, the kids don't know it's there. Ray thinks it's good protection.
And what do you think, Linda?
Have you read the statistics on home invasions? They're terrifying. Look, I'm not the only one who's read about them. I'm sure Andrew has as well, haven't you?
Yes, I have. But personally, I'm not very comfortable with guns in the house because I've seen what can happen.
We'll discuss this later.
Excuse me. It's nice to meet you, and I hope that you have a nice visit.
Thank you.
And please tell Alex that we'll see him next week.
I can't believe this. You swore you'd never have a gun in your home.
Look, Holly, I can't discuss this now. I have to help the children with their homework.
Ray, I said I was sorry.
I don't care. And I don't care about your sister.
Ray, the children are gonna hear you.
You know what I'm saying? Ever. You ever contradict me?
Please, no.
Can I sleep with you, Aunt Holly?
Sure.
Mommy and Daddy are having a discussion.
A discussion? You stay here, okay? Stay right here. What happened?
She fell.
I'm going up the stairs, and I lost my balance.
Oh, Linda. Oh, my God, Ray, she's bleeding.
Here, put some pressure on her. I'll get the first aid kit.
It's all my fault. It's all my fault.
It's nobody's fault. It was an accident. What are you doing down here so late?
Ray wanted to talk. And
I'll open it.
Good evening.
Hi, may I help you?
We received a domestic disturbance call.
Oh, you did? From who?
It was anonymous. They usually are. People don't like to get involved in other people's problems.
Oh, there's no problem here, officer. I mean, my wife and I were having a discussion, but I hardly think that needs a police referee. Are you new to the force? I don't recognize you. I'm Dr. Ray Craig, County General Hospital.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Craig. Do you mind if I come in? I'd like to make sure everybody's all right. Are you okay?
I'm fine. You're not fine.
Wife hit her head on the wall.
Thought you fell.
I did. I fell against the wall.
Yeah, so, sorry you're out here for nothing, officer.
I think we should take a trip to the hospital anyway. I find it's better to be overly cautious, don't you, Doctor?
No, of course.
I'll get your coat.
Don't worry, Doctor. I'll make sure they get there safe. Linda, it's probably none of my business, but I need to ask it anyway.
Look, couples fight, okay? It's not a crime.
It is, if somebody gets hurt.
Holly, did you call the police?
No.
You know, if you did, Race, can I...
What? What will he do, Linda? Linda, it's me. Tell me. What is going on?
Promise me you won't say anything, okay? To anyone.
You can trust me. You know you can.
There have been some changes at the hospital, and they've been a little rough on Ray, and
he hit you?
Sometimes he just gets so angry.
Sometimes? You mean he's hit you before? Oh, my God.
Now that's a dog.
A sandwich just isn't a sandwich without the tangy zip of Miracle Whip.
For the first time in history, the FDA has approved a toothpaste to help prevent gingivitis. New Colgate Total, the brushing that works between brushings.
What do you think of this color, Snuggle? Oh, pretty. How do you like this one? Blue is nice.
Introducing Snuggle Fabric Softener with Color Protector. It helps care for colors with all the same softness and freshness. New Snuggle with Color Protector.
Thanks, Snuggle.
We're doing a little painting, helping out here.
Got about 4 miles of fence to paint today.
If you asked any of us here at Saturn why we'd spend a day painting our fence, you'd get a pretty simple answer. It needed it.
If it's making cars, it's making cars. If it's keeping things clean, it's keeping things clean.
This is all about teamwork. It's one person counting on the next person.
Just like building a car, all together.
If we put this much energy into a fence, imagine the energy we put into the cars behind it.
Hey, buddy, you missed a spot.
Did you know itchy, dry winter skin can get worse from hot water and soap? Did you know sometimes moisturizers aren't enough to relieve itchy patches of dry skin? And did you know, unlike these, only Cortisone 10 with Aloe has moisturizers that soothe, plus a medicine to stop itch and help heal. When you have itchy patches of dry winter skin, even eczema or psoriasis, remember the power of 10. Cortisone 10. Powerful itch relief for the power to heal.
Monday, when Leo has a heart attack, his ex-wives come to town. All 9 of them.
It's amazing your heart has lasted this long.
All new George and Leo. And it isn't easy being the Queen of Style's house guest.
Friends do not invite friends over and then harness them to the front of a plow.
All new Style and Substance after George and Leo, CBS Monday.
People today are living longer, leading interesting, active lives, and all they need is someone to share it with. Visit your local senior center today.
This is ridiculous. We've been here an hour. Ray runs this place. Can't you say something?
Look, I don't want to ask for any favors, okay?
Favors? Linda, your husband is chief of the emergency room, and you can't get in.
He's not in charge anymore, Holly.
What?
He made a mistake in the emergency room a couple months ago. The nurse told him that a patient had an allergy to a drug, and he didn't listen. Or maybe he forgot, I don't know. Anyway, the patient almost died.
And they fired him?
No, they made him step down. They reassigned him to the dialysis clinic. Fewer hours, less pressure.
Less prestige.
And a lot less excitement. That's what made him so good, you know? The more exciting it was, the better he was. But now when that beeper goes off, it's not a 6-car pileup on the freeway or a gang shootout. It's just the clinic.
Well, no wonder he's so angry. He doesn't get to play God anymore. It explains a lot, but it doesn't excuse it.
Linda Craig?
Do I know you?
Your husband just phoned. He's found a babysitter, and he's coming right over.
Okay, thank you.
It's not okay. Can you excuse us?
Well, I could, but if I did, I wouldn't be doing my job. My name is Tess, and I'm from Family Services. And Linda, your chart shows that you've been seen 5 times in 1 year.
What?
Yeah, it's funny. I have 2 kids. I'm always tripping over their toys.
Linda, tell her the truth. Tell her what Ray's doing to you.
Linda, there are people who can help you. And Ray.
Look, we're fine. Okay, we don't need anybody's help. Thank you.
What about your children?
Ray never touches our children.
Oh, that's nice. Just you.
There you are. Have they kept you waiting all this time? I swear this place is falling apart. Well, I'm here now, baby. Everything's gonna be okay.
Thank you, Ray.
All right, I'm so sorry you're hurt. Let's get you in there, all right? I'll stitch you up myself. Everything's gonna be great.
I don't think so.
Look, tomorrow's her big day. Let's just get through this so she can calm and rest, all right? She's tired. We're all tired.
You're just full of reasons not to look this thing in the face.
Excuse me, but this is a family matter. I don't...
Well, good, because I'm from Family Services.
Well, right now my wife is hurt, and I think that takes priority.
I think so, too, but somebody else is gonna stitch her up, sweetie. Come on, baby.
Mommy, you're back.
Hi, honey. Everything's okay. See? I'm fine.
Alex, you gonna say hello to your mother?
Hi, Mom. Hi, honey.
Hey! You're supposed to be at hockey practice today.
But I thought you said...
Look, let's forget about last night, okay? It was a bad night, all right?
Yeah.
Let's just wipe it away, clean the slate, okay? All right? Because your Aunt Holly will take you to practice, because your mother needs her rest. It's a big day today, okay? Oh, hey, Alex, do you know what?
What?
You know those skates you were asking about?
Yeah?
Yeah? Well, what do you say tomorrow we go and get you those puppies?
You really mean it?
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
There you go. We say we go and I'll fix you up a shake. How's that?
Okay.
All right, let's go. Oh, no. You too?
Oh, he's being so sweet.
We're gonna let him off the hook, just like that.
He said he was sorry. Didn't you see how sorry he was?
I see how sorry he is now. What about the next time?
There's not going to be a next time. He promised.
Okay, defense, get over here now. Let's go.
Hello. Mushroom. What? Mushroom. I just discovered them. They're kind of ugly, but they have a certain zip. No, thank you. Can I talk to you about your sister? Linda doesn't really want me talking to strangers about their problem. Hiding a problem doesn't make it go away. As a matter of fact,
Keeping an ugly problem in the dark just makes it bigger and uglier. Like mushrooms.
Come on, box it up!
Linda and I used to talk about guys all the time, what we would and wouldn't take from them. If they didn't call when they said they would call, they were history. How could she have let this go so far? This isn't a date that she's on. She's married to Ray. He's the father of her children. It's very hard for a woman to ask for protection from her own husband. What she needs now is to have you beside her, believing her in her corner. I've always believed in her. I've always been in her corner. It hurts right